What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Second Passport. Today, I got some not so great news for us expats who live in Ecuador, or maybe potential expats who were thinking about moving to Ecuador. And that is the Ecuador government just decreed a new restriction on life, you could say, effective as of tomorrow, April 23rd, 2021. Whereas basically they are ordering the whole population, anyone in Ecuador, whether you're a citizen or a visitor, to basically home quarantine, or in other words, how I like to think of it, house arrest is basically what they're asking us to do. And so, what exactly does this entail, and why did they do it? Well, supposedly, COVID cases are on the rise in Ecuador. Uh, I don't know if I believe that. As far as living down here, people that I know who know people, that I don't know anyone who even knows anyone who's even had the virus in the last several months. But what are these new restrictions that are going into place, and how will it affect you if you plan on being in Ecuador over the next month, starting April 23rd? And that is basically they're ordering the whole population to home quarantine or house arrest from 8 p.m. Friday night all the way until Monday 5 a.m., right? And so you cannot drive around. Zero, absolutely zero exceptions unless you work in one of their selected special industries like healthcare worker and stuff like that. You cannot leave your home. Kind of like European style lockdown is what we're talking about. And this restriction, as it says here, word for word, does not only apply to vehicles like it has so far in the pandemic here in Ecuador, no big deal, but it also applies to people, the movement of people, meaning if how will this be interpreted and how will this be enforced is something we all have yet to see. But if you read online in some, social network, oh, it's okay, no problem, man, we can still walk around. Actually, nobody knows that for sure until we actually see how this thing is going to be applied and enforced. Nobody knows. So if they say they do, they don't. Just because they can read a little Spanish doesn't mean they know what is going to happen, because it says right here, there's total restriction on the movement of people and vehicles for basically almost 3 days straight. Now, how do they expect people to eat? You better buy the groceries beforehand, right? And then there are also restrictions on the evenings, Monday through Thursday. Like after 8 p.m., you can't be out. So, anyway, this is getting pretty draconian, pretty sucky, pretty quickly. And now we're to the point where why I think they're really doing it, and that is because of power, control. They're basically seeing what other governments are doing, big governments. They're using this COVID thing to basically be able to do, like that bully. What was it in ninth grade? I had it was just poking me in the back while we're sitting in class, just testing me. How far can he push me without me reacting? That's stupid, mother. I do think this is kind of big governments everywhere, just kind of poking people, seeing how much control they can exert over their populations without there being too much of an uproar, basically people taking it up the rear. But anyway, this is something that you should think about before you move abroad, or before you move to a place like Ecuador now. I thought I was in an okay place, but now I'm not so sure. And that's why this channel doesn't just cover Ecuador, it covers a lot of destinations in the world, the best ones preferably for expats to move to, places that will respect your rights as a human, even in the face of a big bad pandemic. Definitely something to think about. If you don't agree with it, then maybe you shouldn't come to Ecuador this month or be here, and just see how it rides out.